Welcome everyone who chose Eligos, the King of Swords. This is the reading for group number 2. We are here at Billy Carver's Hermitage on the forest, or in the forest of Johnson Lake in Banff, Alberta National Park. These are the lands of traditional Treaty 7 belonging to the Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, the Tsuut'ina Nations, Yauhe Nakoda, and Region 3 Métis Nations of Alberta. To begin, some housekeeping notes. I consider myself to be an R-rated reader. I forgot to do this spiel for group number 1. So I could swear, I could talk about sexual content, I could talk about stuff that's sad or difficult in nature, and it's, if any of those things are uncomfortable for you, this is your time to exit this reading. Second bit of housekeeping notes is that this is a general reading. It won't resonate for everyone. If it's not resonating for you, you could just hang out in this environment as if you're listening to some hot gossip being spilled. And if it does resonate for you, definitely take some time to consider and reflect the messages coming forward. Yeah, but ultimately you are empowered for your own experience. So, the question today is seeking solace from the Hermitage. What kind of information will come out of that? We have the King of Swords as the overall card indicator. Let's find out what group number 2 needs. 10 of Cups, right out the gate. Hot and sexy. What else? Okay. Justice reversed, Ace of Wands, 4 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, Mosquito. Under the deck, the Devil reversed. Alright, so under the deck for me for this reading is kind of the foundation, the undertones as to why you're even consulting, or the undertone of what this messages are about. And the Devil reverse talks about either overcoming or releasing either your own self-defeating or addictive behaviors, or people in your life who have those types of issues or who are toxic for you. And with the King of Swords as the overlord of the, I don't know why that came out that way, but anyway, the overlord of the reading, Eligos as a daemon reveals knowledge of forthcoming battles and procures the favors of lords and kings. And for me, the King of Swords is kind of being very discerning as an individual. This could be yourself or someone who's coming into your life. I'm just making sure there's not wild animals. Those sounds. Anyway, the King of Swords, discernment. I think this is going to be a conversation a lot about boundaries. If you've already been working on your boundary setting and fair judgment and prioritizing what's healthy and best for you, I think these messages are going to continue. Such a weird sound. So we have the 10 of Wands. First off, this is generally called the ultimate emotional fulfillment, although we never fully get there. We're constantly going, but this is being extremely happy. So if you had in the past a difficult time, oh yeah, there's 5 of Cups underneath there, particularly either with toxic people, toxic relationships, depression issues, etc., mental health issues, you're doing a lot of self-care, self-work, both in mind and emotion, really coming out of it. Now, the Justice reversed for me talks about there could be a larger sense of imbalance. It could be very much about black or white thinking, like I need to be healthy and only healthy. But with the Justice reversed, I get this sense more of needing to embrace the oscillation of the scales, the balances. That we won't always have good days and we won't always have bad days. And we are empowered to be able to work on them, right? So you may still be working on finding your balance after a period of intense struggle. But you're starting to get your groove back, your energy, your vitality. You're feeling like new worlds are opening up to you, new possibilities. There's just enthusiasm, and you probably haven't felt that for a long time. That's Ace of Wands. Now, with the Four of Cups, it's interesting. There's a bit of a two-sidedness here for me with these cards. You just have all these new and exciting things and feelings, really, but the Four of Cups can seem like the card of boredom. And so either that you're going and revisiting something that was offered to you that you felt lackluster over, could be one way that I interpret this, or that even though new things and you're having new excitement over stuff, the things in front of you are repetitious, old, and boring, and you're craving something new, something that continues this invigoration. Now, this could be on upgrading your skill sets, could be doing some education, could be studying something that you've always wanted to, or learning a new skill, or going long distances. You know, maybe all of a sudden you've decided, I'm going to walk from one end of the country to the other. It's a Cheryl Strayed kind of experience. But the Knight of Pentacles talks about things that are slow, intentional labor for long-term rewards. And long-term being that it takes a long amount of time for those rewards to come. So it must be continuously worked on, but that it's also larger visions of your future too. And I think it's funny that I'm going to walk from one end of the country to the other comes up, because the Eight of Cups very much has this, I'm walking away from everything that I have of all these cups. I'm going off to find my wisdom in the mountains. Hey, maybe you need to come to this hermitage. I don't know. But it's about going off on one's own to really, I would say, process your emotions and I get purging as the word, but purge all the confusion, really follow your intuition, let yourself be guided, really find out this wisdom through experiences that cannot be set up. You know, it's not an arranged experience, for example. It's not like, oh, I'm taking a tour package deal that goes from here to here to here. It's, you know, I need to go and I need to allow myself to be open, to be guided to where I need to be, because that's how I'm going to learn the lessons. I don't know why that's how that's coming up. That's just what's coming out of my mouth. Take it if it resonates. Let's get some clarity on these cards, shall we? 10 of Cups, please. Okay. The Sun reversed. Okay, and the Justice reversed, please. Mosquito. The only problem with doing readings in forests. Near water. Page of Pentacles reversed. Two of Cups. Temperance. Nine of Pentacles. Last one. 10 of Wands. Under the deck, 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, so this really brutal time that had depression, heaviness, toxicity in your life, you're coming out of it. It's not completely over, but you've passed the darkest hour marker. You're on your way to the dawn. Light is returning into your life. You can feel the excitement of being emotionally healed and working towards that, and knowing that it's not perfect, but that's part of it. There's an almost beauty in accepting that rain is equally essential as sunshine. With the Justice reversed, I find with the Page of Pentacles saying that it might be very hard to start the climb back up when you are in a devil energy or depression. It's the initial steps that are the most difficult for rebalancing yourself, but once you get going, it's easier. So maybe find a way to make a note for yourself to remind yourself that the first step is the hardest, but you've always managed to succeed to walk or pull yourself back out of it before, to recalibrate, to rebalance yourself. With the Ace of Wands, Two of Cups. So again, this could be an excitement in a multitude of ways. You filling your own cup and being able to offer that to other people who are mirroring you, who are healthy individuals with their own full cup, to offer you their own. That's what I was trying to say. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean romantic. It could, but it could also be meeting friends who actually meet you at the same level, or co-workers, or romantic individuals, or have that dynamic shift within your family unit, or go traveling and just meet strangers, or not even have to travel that far and meet strangers who just are healthy, full, emotionally stable individuals who just are nurturing and meet you at the same level that you are in a healthy manner. With the Four of Cups, I definitely see this boredom with what's in front of you will require temperance. And temperance is, I get, of course, twofold, because temperance is two sides, very much like justice. The mixture of fire and water here, right? Making things steamy. But not all of the things in front of you are the worst. There needs to be space for processing what is in front of you and finding ways to love where you are as well as where you want to go, be, etc. It doesn't mean that you do or do not have to leave your situation where you are right now, your own choices in life. But it can sometimes still be a marker of having to do the continually emotional and mental health self-care work when we look at things and have no enthusiasm over anything in front of us. So I think also use that as a marker of being able to recognize when you might be having struggles with mental health, and that you're needing to rebalance, recalibrate with temperance. Because, for example, that space mentally, internally within us will be the same wherever we go, right? So addressing that and being able to find excitement for where you are will open up doors for you to be able to leave if that's what the right path is for you. I know that sounds very contradictory, but that's how I understand it to work. With the Knight of Pentacles and that long-term work, continual development, self-investment, brings you to a Nine of Pentacles. I always love to call this the Beyonce. Even this one, she's at a piano. But it's that I can pay my bills, I can put a roof over my head, I can feed myself. If I have dependents to take care of, I can do that too. I don't need anyone. I've got the material basics covered. I can do this for myself. I fill myself with love. I don't need it externally from anyone. But I am open to walking alongside other people, right? It doesn't mean that you have to be completely isolated from everyone, even though we're sitting at a hermitage. But it does mean that you're not attaching yourself or attracting people who want to attach themselves to you in a sort of codependent manner. So that's a healthy place to be working towards. The wanting to go away on one's own to seek wisdom. Why do I keep hearing like voices other than my own? Sorry, tripping out. 10 of Wands. It may feel like there's still so much that you need to process, and it may overwhelm you when you go on that journey. But part of the overwhelm is to be able to drop those sticks, burn those sticks, whatever. You know, it's, to me, it's along the journey, you've, metaphorically speaking, you have a backpack on and you've just stuffed it to the brim. And then as you're walking and walking, you're like, wow, I didn't really need 5 pairs of shoes, and I didn't really need this, and I didn't really need that. And you start to let those things go and lighten your load. And that's part of the journeying, is that you learn that through the experience. And in the future, yes, you can always just pack lighter, but this is a metaphor, of course. So I would like to get some guidance or information if you were to go off and do a wisdom journey, I guess. I don't know what type of word to use for that. Ace of Swords. Let's get a little bit more, because Ace of Swords is about... here we go. Ace of Swords is definitely going to be like new thoughts that come through adversity, but bloom like victory. There will be challenges, and you will notice how your mind has succeeded in not falling back into old patterns, for example. But the journey that you're going to undertake, for those that this is resonating with, is still going to continue to deconstruct your old mental belief patterns, etc. This could be very like cognitive behavioral therapy practice going on here. But yeah, it sounds a lot like you're doing a lot of work, you're doing so good. Squirrels. And you're going to just continue doing very well for yourself. And I wish you the best of luck with your journey. I think you will glean a lot of wisdom. So group number 2, I invite you to continue to sit in this environment with me while I put away my cards. Let the messages that I've shared with you percolate in your mind, mule them over. Wow. And then we'll end this session once I've gotten all my cards put away. Thanks for being here with me.